This is a DDAmanda video analysis of CNBX pharmaceuticals. Now, all the ones that we find them because of DDAmanda. We run these scans and, we find these things, and we put out videos before of some of the other ones we found, and they all just, they just run. Um, This one showed up on a 200-day low scan. Right here is the 200-day low, and she actually went down to 0.78. But even before that, here's a 5-factor where she showed up on this. Okay, this alone would clue you into this stock. So we started looking at her, and the first thing we noticed was a market cap of $72,000, which is, that's unheard of. That's crazy. For those of you that don't know what a market cap is, it's the number of shares in the outstanding times the stock price, and that's what it was. So it's a few days after we found this. It's actually April Fool's Day. But here's some more indicators. On Friday, if you look at this volume bar, this is from Investors Hub. They have the best charts. And the blue is buying, and the red is selling. And the green is in between. So look at all this buying that's happening. We also have a trend days here, 3 days, 3-day trend. This can all be scanned for. This is a proprietary indicator of 7.61. 9 is the max, or 10 is the max, so this is way up there. This is a very good sign. And also on social media, from 1 to 50, she has climbed up to number 24. Okay? And your RSI the last 5 days, 32 currently. This is what it was the day before, etc. So she was cruising along at 27. Now the RSI is starting to move up a little bit. Now, DDAmanda has 200 days worth of trading data, so I thought I'd just show you this. This is the date, the dollars traded. This is how many dollars were traded. Like she traded 40,000 on Friday. The volume, the low of the day, high of the day, open, percentage up and percentage down. And this is our factor. This is how we find all these, like with that 5-factor. But scrolling down, you can sort of see what the history has been here. In January, she's at 52 cents. End of the year, she's $2.57. Here she is, $4 in the middle of December. It's just crazy, Your 200-day high here, what she closed at, was $4.90, and the actual intraday was $5.50. So that shows you the kind of dollars. I mean, she doesn't trade much. Look at this, $4 grand, $6 grand, $4 grand, 12,000. Now she's starting to, But then she had this really downtrend. Look at this. It's crazy. 29% in one day on $21,000 traded. I mean, nuts, So here she had this is the 200-day high of dollars traded, $104,000 at 28. So, anyway, so I thought I'd show you that. Alright, so we found this. So, the first thing we do is we look at the summary and see what this company does. Okay, so this is a pharmaceutical clinical stage biopharma company specializing in discovery and development of cannabinoid-based products and innovative stuff. They're based in Bethesda, Maryland. The reporting status is SEC reporting, and they have audited financials. Isn't that cool? All right, moving on. Let's look at a chart real quick. she got hammered. I have no idea why. We think it might be shorting. That's always. We'll talk about that later. But one good thing is here your Chaikin money flow is starting. It's going to go green here, okay? And she's starting to pick up steam. Now here's something very interesting. This is a 1-year chart. Now notice this. Back in November, I mean, she was just cruising along. Guess what price? $4. And then something happened. There was no share structure changes. It's not dilution. It's kind of a mystery, but it could be shorting or just a lack of interest. She fell through the cracks or something. And so here's your share structure. Outstanding shares 3.2 million. They say the float is 482,000, but we don't go by that. We go by the unrestricted, which is 2.4 million. Okay, and here's another recap of your market cap. This is current market cap. Your outstanding, your 3.2 million times your price equals, right now it's at 119,000, which still is ridiculous. It makes no sense. Anyway, so like we said, she is fully SEC reporting, and here's her filings. Here's your 10K, which needs to be audited. In order to be SEC filing, you have to spend, over $200,000 usually is what these things cost on auditors to be audited, to be, part of it going to be, kosher. Now here's another interesting thing here. We noticed this SC13G, which is a statement of beneficial ownership, filed March 6th, just a few days ago. And we read this. Now, an SC13 is a very cool little filing, because what you can do if you have no other information, you can calculate the outstanding shares using this SC13. Anyway, the guys that bought these shares, and I've been trying to get a hold of them and find out what the story is, but it's 3ILP, okay? That's the company that owns these shares. And they own 239,000 shares. And here's where the interesting thing is here. I hope you can see this, but percent of class represented by 200,000 is 10%. So, I think that's the most they can own. Well, never mind that. But, okay, so if 239,000 is 10%, all you got to do is multiply by 10 to get the true outstanding. So, 239,000 times 10 is 2.3 million. That's your OS, okay, which is crazy low. Let's take a quick look at their latest 10Q on their assets. They got 609,000 total assets. They've got some liabilities here, 2.5 million. Okay, so they do have some debt. But let's scroll down here. You can read this at your own leisure. I did want to show you a couple things. A lot of good stuff. Okay, here's their scientific advisory board here. Look at all these doctors. Carolyn Robert, MD, 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 PhD, MD, MD, MD. Look at all these people. This is crazy. Another doctor. Crazy stuff. And here's another thing. The beneficial owners. 2 directors are holders of CNBX Incorporated, and they own 57% of the OS. Check that out. Here's all their patents. A lot of these are pending. Here's some that have been granted, granted, pending, pending, pending. Lots of patents. And let's look at some news. They just acquired, as of November, a controlling interest in this Giza Biopharma. They also filed a new patent application for cannabinoids. Here's a peer-reviewed study. That's the highest value study you can do. on this therapeutic value of, this proprietary drug candidate. Then you got another patent granted in Australia, another one granted in Hong Kong. This is a good company. Here's level 2 from Friday. Toward the end of the day, look at this little chart. She's bebopping along, and then all of a sudden, bam, she starts getting noticed, and and opened at 285, actually gapped up a little bit, and all buying at the end of the day, up 48%. So let's talk about shorts. This could be a possible reason why this thing got hammered down. Look at this. Short interest, 1,244% as of 3/15, just about a week or two ago. Is that nuts or what? Okay, this is a chart of the naked short interest on our baby here, and the red is the actual volume, okay, and the gray is the short volume. Look at this crap. This is insane. It's like 80% of the volume is short. What the hell? Looks like they covered a little bit here, but Jesus. And here's some more short information. Look at this. This is interesting. Okay, let me explain real quick what shorts are. A short is when somebody borrows shares. Okay, you borrow the shares from somebody, and you immediately sell them. Okay, so now you're obligated to pay those shares back. Okay, you borrowed those shares, you got to pay them back, but you immediately sell them. Why do you do that? Because you're expecting the price to go down. So let's say you borrow these shares and the stock price is, let's just say, $10. Okay, you immediately sell those, and now you've got the cash, right? Now, if the stock drops, which if a bunch of people are shorting, it will drop to say, $5 or even $1. What you can then do is buy those shares back at the low price at $1, $5, whatever, and then return the shares to the person you borrowed them from. So you sold them at 10, you bought them at 1. Guess what? You just made $9 a share. Okay, so that's the attractiveness of shorting, and it's actually an endemic thing that tends to ruin companies, and it's a nasty, nasty thing that they do. They used to have an uptick rule, but they got rid of it. And so anyway, let's get back to this. So, cover days, 10 days. What cover means is when you buy the shares back, when you buy the shares, is you cover your short by buying the shares, and you return them. And what this is usually what the cover days is on a shorting is 1 day. Okay? But right now this is 10 days. In other words, at normal trading volume, it would take 10 days to cover any shorts, that's pretty significant. Which means, and then here we go, you have your 20-day totals. Actual volume, 8 million. Shorted volume, almost 4 million. So half the shares that have traded are short. Okay? So, they talk about short squeezes, and it's always an iffy proposition, But with an OS of 3 million and low volume, I believe that there could be a short squeeze. Now, a short squeeze is when the price starts going up. So let's say, you borrowed these shares at $10, and now all of a sudden it goes to $11, $12, right? Well, now you're $2 out. In other words, you to return those shares, now you got to pay $12. You got them for 10, but now you got to buy them for 12. And what happens if the stock keeps going up? Well, then it gets kind of scary for you. So let's say this goes to, you got them at 10, and now it's 15 and $20 now, $25. The difference here is $15 a share. you're looking at some significant losses, right? In fact, the losses are, in theory, they're infinite. So what happens on a short squeeze is these guys that are short, you know, they don't want to go any more. They don't want to lose any more money, so they buy. They buy these shares at the higher price so they can return them. Okay, and that's called a squeeze because with them buying, that just increases the buying. You know what I mean? It's like a snowball effect. So anyway, a little side story. I don't know if we can squeeze this. It seems like it's possible with enough buying. And then once you start getting shorts to cover, that just adds fuel to the fire. Okay? Now, an interesting story that somebody told me was in 2016, something similar happened. And she ran from 4 cents to $5, and some guy made $1.5 million off that move. So, it's something to think about. But yeah, this stock is way, way, way undervalued, and I think she's going to do a significant move from here. Anyway, that's it, guys, and I think the next couple weeks, next week especially, is going to be very interesting. All right, that's it on that. Everybody that tries DDAmanda loves it. These are all unsolicited, by the way. We didn't even ask people. I love you guys. Yeah, I love the program. So worth it. Probably made 500K. This guy's up 30K. Having everything I need to research on one page is definite time saver. Single day, 1525 profit. 15K on my first DD. Look at this guy. I don't know what to think about this one, man. This guy says he made 30 million. Read this shit. I don't know. He sounds kind of legit. I fucking love DDAmanda. Your program is the best tool I've ever used in the last 21 years. It just goes on and on. Okay, if you trade stocks, or if you're even thinking about trading stocks, this is for you guys. This is what you need. This is DDAmanda. It's the #1 stock screener and scanner that's out there. Um, and it uses both user input and AI to find and research winning stocks. And it says right here, easy enough to use by total beginners. There's really no learning curve at all. You can be finding stocks within about 5 minutes after you log in. And it also has a lot of advanced features that are used by professional traders. Our mission is to help you make money by investing in stocks. That's the bottom line. That's what you want from something like this. Now, I use this all the time, and I've found some amazing runners. You've got here, look at this. They give you 1 hour of free one-on-one training and instant support. Having good support on a program is just so critical. I mean, here's their phone number right here. You can just call and text. They've got some testimonials here. I want to show you these because they're pretty amazing. I mean, look at this. This is what people think of her. I love you guys. Yeah, I love the program. This guy made 500K. This guy's up 30K. Everything I need to research. I wasn't even in Amanda one week, and he made $10,000. So these testimonials, it just goes on and on here. So anyway, they've got if you want to try, look at all these features. Dollars traded, 7 MA crossovers, all sorts of stuff. But they've got an $8 a day trial subscription, so you can check her out and see if you like her. And then some other subscription levels here. Anyway, I highly recommend this, guys, and do check it out and make some money.